Hello everyone, welcome today to our quarterly meeting. Hope you're all doing well and hope all your families are keeping well and that you're still enjoying your work. There's a few points I'd like to talk about today and I'll go through those in just a moment. I'd like to point out some of the areas where I think we can improve. Not just in our total goal but also in our personal commitment, which in part goes towards achieving our target. First of all, sales reports. As you know, I've spoken to you all in the last group meeting just to see, as a team, how we would go forward. And is there any room for improvement, like training, coaching, mentoring, or any other means that you feel, as a team, would help in the overall goals of the agency? I've also spoken to you individually to get your personal point of view. As we can understand, we don't always feel easy, to share in front of a group, and I get that. A lot of us find it hard. In my findings, there was some team members that thought that a program like a seminar or a webinar might help give clarity in the way we compile our reports and also regular updates on our progress. Maybe set aside an hour every fortnight for a mini report or for tracking purposes. I think it's important that we need to give as much feedback as possible on things like focus groups, questionnaires, and our key performance indicators. Another point that I'd like to take from the minutes of the last meeting is our performance goals and what we anticipated and our position that we expected to be in this point of time. We had set a target at a commission-based only figure of $145,000 between the team. And as we did, we did fall short in a tune of sort of $30,000 as off our target. As you know, things can slow down in this office at this time of year, but in the outer suburbs office, with the lower end of the market, homes, we see an increase in sales. So what I was looking at, or to propose, is that we take this time to capitalise on the sales in the outer suburb office and take 2 members, preferably sales assistants, to work alongside our top salespersons for the quiet time. The benefits of this being experience another view in the way things are done in other areas and possibly achieving our target and goals together as a company. We may have separate offices, but we have the same goals and we're all in together. Is there any questions so far of what I've just said?
Yeah, Michael.
Yes, Brandon.
Is this likely to work? Have you really seen this work before in your experience? Will it make much of a difference?
Well, thanks, Brandon. It's a good question. In the past, I did work in a company that had this procedure in place for the times of downturn. And yes, we did see an overall improvement in sales. At times, we had some of our best years ever due to this process. This may not be the only thing we can do, but in my experience and the trends I've seen, I propose this to be a way to utilise our staff at this time. And I'd also like to say, that we have a common goal. Even though we are all out to get our own listings, I can't emphasise enough how important it is that we work as a team. Now, whether you're in reception, a branch manager, whatever position you hold, we can all help each other. I remember my first sale. The lead came from the property manager, and she had the property on her books for many years, until such time as the owner wanted to sell, and asked her who she would recommend. And that person happened to be me. You never know where your next listing might be coming from. So always keep communicating, maintaining a good relationship with your peers. And on the reverse of that is that you may take a property listing and the buyer is an investor. So then the role's reversed. Now you have a rental property to go on the rental list. This is also why it's so important not to overlook any member of our team. We can all help each other in ways we don't even see. It's like the 6 degrees of separation. Anyway, I appreciate your time, and I really do appreciate listening. And I'll be asking who would like to take on the temporary roles in the outer suburbs. We can talk together, or if you'd like to talk to me in private, don't hesitate. I'm always here. I'm happy to listen. Was there any other questions before we close?
Yeah, Mick.
Yes, Gavin.
Have you chosen a particular person to move over to the other office, or are we going to be choosing for ourselves?
Well, that's also a great question. Thanks, Gavin. I'll say at this point in time, while we don't think we do think there's members that this exposure would benefit probably more than others, it's not something we would force upon someone unwillingly. So we will leave that decision between you guys to see what your thoughts are. I'm sure that our team of individuals will have their own ideas that are based on where you might live, what benefit working in a different environment will benefit your overall experience in the industry. And I'd like to say that this is only a temporary arrangement and a great experience. I've personally done this myself in my career. So, I'd recommend it. So, at the end, we've come to the end of this sort of meeting. We've recorded the minutes also, and we'll see how things are tracking in, say, a fortnight's time. And I'd like to have your feedback before our next quarter's meeting. Thanks again, to everyone. Thanks to all our members. It's everyone's important as the next, and I thank you for your time and have a great day.